Hey there guys, Christian Mo here, and I want to talk to you about a fantastic little device that I mentioned a while back, and that is this, the Nabu Smartband. Now what I'm supposed to tell you about is how I've been using this for the past 4.5 months to try and get my life in order, be a little bit healthier, and lose some weight. Because I sit in a chair all day and I never get up to move, and I wanted a device that would keep me accountable for how lazy I'm being, while also having a couple of extra features. What this is actually a video about is about how I bought this one and I broke it. And Razer sent me this one and it broke. And then Razer sent me another one and it broke. So, this is actually a video about everything that Razer needs to fix for the Nabu Smartband for it to be worth your money. Now, let's start with some of the good things about the Nabu and what it actually is. Now, for starters, it's more than a fitness band. It's a really smart fitness band, or a really dumb smartwatch, depending on how you want to look at it. So, tells time, whatever, hit the little button, counts steps, whatever. But what it also does is it relays notifications, and that's the biggest thing that I wanted out of it. So anything that will show up on your home screen on your phone will beam across to this little device. Vibrates just slightly, you rotate your wrist up to orient the screen towards your face, and whatever notification is scrolls across really quick. It's very nice, very simple, very elegant, and it worked extremely well. Now, and this is my favorite part, you can do nothing with those notifications. This will just show them to you. And I wanted that because I've already seen people who have like Apple Watches and stuff who, instead of staring at their phone all day and trying to do things, are now just staring at their wrist all day and trying to do things. And I didn't want that temptation. I didn't want something that would let me take care of notifications from my wrist. I just wanted a triage device. I just wanted to know what the notification was so I could tell if it was important or not. A lot of times throughout the day, I've got my phone charging in the other room, or I'm using it as a tethering device for internet, so it's plugged into my computer and it's a short cord, stuff like that. So I just wanted to be able to flip it up, look at my wrist, see if it was important or not, and then move on. Because obviously if it's not important, I'll just ignore it. If I'm waiting on something extremely important, I need to know what it is without running into the living room every 10 minutes when my phone makes a noise. So it was that sort of perfect balance of things. And it just does that over Bluetooth. Real simple, pairs up to your phone. There is some Razer software that comes on your phone that is kind of terrible and buggy and didn't work that well, even though it's been updated several times. So, boo. But this will tie into Apple Health if you want to just carry all your fitness stuff over, but you do have to fight with the Razer software occasionally. So that's another not good thing about it. But like I said, it's a smart thing that you can sort of triage through your notifications without responding to them. It does have a couple of extra functions. You can map it so that when you press the button, your phone will go off, so you can sort of turn it into like a selfie sort of camera button, which is kind of cool if you're trying to set up a longer photo shot. You can hit the little button, start the camera. That works kind of nice. But otherwise, all this does is track fitness stuff and read notifications, which is all I wanted. So now for the bad stuff. First, let's start with the clasp. This is the biggest band with the biggest clasp you can get. And while the clasp has a pretty strong magnet, at least at first, I found that after a little bit of wear and use, it felt like it was always coming undone and loosening up a little bit. Secondly, actual fit. I'm not a big person. I don't have gigantic wrists. I'm not fat or very muscly. I'm just sort of middle of the road. And this thing barely fits. Like, this is the biggest band with the biggest clasp, and it barely fits on there. So that's not great. Secondly, is partially to do with this little button, which when you wear it on your right hand, you can sort of press when you rotate your arm, and also can cause you to ruin this. Now, Razer does not say this is waterproof or water resistant. They say it's splash proof. If you wear it in the rain, that's fine. Somebody spills some water on you, you're probably okay. But they say you should dry it off immediately anytime it gets wet. And part of that is that stupid little button, because the one that I bought, I killed washing my hands, because the button sits on the bottom of your wrist if you wear it the way Razer tells you to, and when you're washing your hands, that water runs right down, hits the button, floods the device, and kills it. Secondly, be careful when you're putting it on and off. Don't pull too hard, because if you pull too hard, you end up with something like this teeny tiny little piece of green plastic that used to be inside of this one. And now, as you can see, this now opens and breaks free, and I got water down in there, and I flooded this one. So the other problem comes with the charging cable, which is just a teeny tiny little short proprietary cable, 2 little metal prongs, and it clips in. Now, as you may have seen with the other little green piece of plastic, this plastic on the inside is not very strong. So while you can clip this in to start with and it works okay, it actually doesn't stay in there anymore because I broke the little tiny clips that hold it in. So this one at least still functions and turns on, but I have to sit there and hold it to charge it, which takes about 2 hours. That would almost be bearable. I could rig up something with like a big safety pin or something to try and charge this thing if the battery was any good. Now, Razer says you can get up to a week battery life out of this thing. And I believe it if you don't have notifications or Bluetooth on in any way, shape, fashion, or form. Because with the amount of notifications I get, I was killing this sucker in a day. If it was a weekend, so I wasn't getting much coming through on my phone, not a lot of emails, not a lot of stuff going on, I could almost make it 2 days. I'd unplug it in the morning, wear it all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and 6 or 7 o'clock Sunday night, it'd die out on me. I never made it more than like 40 hours. So this is definitely not a week-long battery. So, yeah. I was going to try and use a device like this, like I said, to keep myself accountable. My phone has a step counter on it, but like I mentioned, I never really have my phone on me. It's always plugged in or in another room or something. So when I'd pick my phone up at the end of the day and it said 800 steps, I'd be like, well, that's just because I didn't have it in my pocket at all day, and I walked a ton. I'm not a lazy asshole who sat in my chair all day. But I had no way to prove that, and this was supposed to keep me accountable. So I could look at this and be like, shit, I really only have done 2,000 steps today. I need to get up. I need to get moving. Otherwise, I'm going to be a fat, lazy slob for the rest of my life. So that's what this is supposed to do. But I can never keep it charged or working, and the software's annoying to use, and it's buggy, and it crashed all the time. So I never really used it. Now, thankfully, I got so annoyed with this, I was going to prove it better anyways, and I started eating better and moving around more just in general. And I have lost like 15 pounds, so that's good, but I did it without the help of the device that was supposed to help me. Oh, charge now. I just charged you to 20% to make this video. Don't tell me to charge now. So yeah, battery's not great. Build quality is not great. The water proofiness is absolutely abysmal, and quite frankly, if you can't wash your hands with it, I'd be scared to wear the damn thing in the rain. So it's just, no. There's a lot of really smart ideas behind this thing. There's just a lot of really terrible execution. And that's not to say Razer makes bad products. Quite the opposite. I love basically everything Razer makes, which is why I went for one of these instead of something from like Garmin or Fitbit. Because I have every desktop in my house has a Razer keyboard, a mechanical one, because I love them. I have multiple sets of Kraken headphones. I've got one for my Xbox One, I've got one for my PC, because I love them. My main audio system here on my big desktop is a Razer Leviathan soundbar. Everything that I've ever used that Razer's made is fantastic. I got to borrow a Razer Blade laptop to go on Gumball last year. One of the best laptops I've ever used in my entire life. It is like hardcore gaming laptop that's the same size as a 13-inch MacBook Retina. Like, incredible engineering behind these things, and all those products work incredibly well. This one just doesn't. So if you're looking for a cool smart fitness band thing that'll give you some notifications and do stuff like that, you should look elsewhere. At least until like a Mark II version of this comes out. Because again, like I said, while there's a lot of really smart ideas in here, and it's a lot of what I wanted, there's a lot of failed execution, and it just didn't work very well. Plus, when you kill 3 of them in like 4 months, and you spend most of your time sitting in a chair at a desk, that's not very sturdy. So yeah. Better luck next time, Razer. Try and get whatever team made your mechanical keyboards and your laptops and everything else. If they didn't make this, you should bring them in to make this, because they do a better job. Anyways, Razer Nabu Smartband. A lot of great ideas. Not done very well. I want to love it, but I can't, because it's not good. Anyways, I'm Christian Mo. Thank you guys for watching. As always, Thumbs up if it's cool, thumbs down if it's bad, comment, subscribe, that sort of stuff if you want to see more videos. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time.